Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is my second lecture on technique centrifugation. In the previous lecture, we have learned about the what is centrifugation, and now in this lecture, the types of the centrifugation. Now, centrifuge machines are of different types. There is desktop centrifuge, and they are further into microfuges and high-speed centrifugation. Ultracentrifugation are two types, analytical and preparative. Common features of all these centrifuges is the central motor that spins a rotor containing the samples to be separated. That in all the centrifuge there is one rotor and one machine which spun the rotor containing sample. Now these are the small microfuges. Their speed is 800 to 13,000 rounds per minute, and they are used for the rapid sedimentation of small volumes. For example, they are used to centrifuge blood to separate plasma and synaptosomes, and the effect of drugs on biological amine to separate out the precipitate. If the sample is too small, then desktop centrifuge, it is rather better to use small microfuge. Desktop centrifuge, very simple and small. Its maximum speed is 3000 and some are 3000 to 5000 rounds per minute. They have no temperature regulator system, and microfuges and desktop both have no temperature regulatory system. You used normally to collect rapidly sedimenting substance such as blood cell, yeast cells, or bulky precipitate, plasma, and others. High-speed centrifugation, maximum speed is 25,000 rounds per minute. Its rotor is equipped with refrigeration to remove heat generator. Temperature is maintained to 0 to 4 degrees centigrade by means of thermocouple, used to collect microorganism cell, debris cell, large cellular um, organelle, precipitate of chemical reaction. Its rotor chamber is sealed and is made up of stainless steel and copper, and its speed is 25,000 rounds per minute. It is also useful in isolating the subcellular organelle nuclei. Ultracentrifugation, they are ultracentrifuge. They are speed of 75,000. Rotor chamber is sealed and evacuated by pump to attain vacuum. Refrigeration system, temperature 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. Rotor chamber is always enclosed in a heavy armor plate. Centrifugation for isolation and purification of component is known as preparative centrifugation. For example, if we are going to prepare a mixture, then we will use preparative, while that carried out with desire for characterization, its molecular weight, its position, its structure, and its mass. And we also want to see that in the separating media where their precipitates separate is known as analytical centrifugation. And in analytical centrifugation, there is a microscope in which you will see the particles to sediment. Now the preparative centrifuge, this machine is concerned with the isolation of biological material. It divided into two main types, homogeneous medium and density gradient medium, and these are differential centrifugation, in which the medium has the same density, and this is called differential centrifugation. And we do successive centrifugation and the density gradient centrifugation, in which we will make a different density gradient and then we separate the substance according to their density. Now the differential centrifugation separation achieved based in the size of the particle in differential centrifugation commonly used in simple pelleting and obtaining the partially pure separation of subcellular organelle and micromolecule. For example, when we centrifuge one mixture containing different substances, then first in the first run of the centrifuge, we will separate the component number one, and then in the supernatant, we again centrifuge, and then we get a second component of the mixture, and then in the pellet, and we take the subcellular fraction, and then we again centrifuge it, and then successive centrifugation will be done, used for the study of the subcellular organelle tissue cells disrupted to study internal now there is the we take the cells and then we ground it and then mix it into the and first the cell homogenate we put in the in our separating media which is sucrose, and then first we spun the this material in the 80,000 rounds per 20,000 round per minute for 10 minutes, and in the one whole cell nuclei and cytoskeleton will be separated in the pellet. We and the supernatant will contain other molecule. Then we spun with 80,000 with more for half an hour, and then we will get the in the pellet we will get mitochondria, lysosome, and peroxisome. Then with the one leg for 1 hour, and then we will get in pellet three microsomes and other small vesicle and the supernatant. Then we other span. Then we will get ribosome, virus, and large molecule. So as we centrifuge with successive higher speed and with higher time, here the time and speed is low. Here the time and speed as compared to this is great, and the last with very high speed and with very high time. This is the differential centrifugation. Now it is very differential centrifugation is most commonly used method for intracellular organelle because it is easy, convenience, and time economy. Drawback is pure yield and fact that preparation obtained never pure. That the pellet, the substance which we get, they are not very pure. We have to use other method to purify these substance. Now, in the density gradient centrifugation, it is preferred method to purify subcellular organelle and macromolecule. Density gradient can be generated by placing layer after layer of the gradient media, such as sucrose in tube with heaviest layer at the bottom and lightest at the top, in either classified into two categories: isopycnic density separation and rate zonal separation. Depends isopycnic by the density separation and rate zonal by their size. The separation depending upon their size, and isopycnic by their density. In the rate zonal centrifugation, we make the sucrose solution. For example, we make layer after layer. For example, in the first layer, we add sucrose solution 17 gram per ml, and then 16 gram and 15 gram per ml, then 14, 13, 12, and lighter will be the 11 will be the here. At the bottom there is the density at the 17 gram. So then when we add a separating substance in it, then they are separated according to their density, where the density of the separating particle will match, they will separate it. Then we spun the tube, and the particle will be separated according to the density which match the density of the sucrose. So there are different pellet according to their density will be achieved. Density sample particle must be greater than that of the highest density portion of the gradient. Path length of the gradient must be sufficient for the separation to occur. It is very important, but there is a one drawback that after some time the uh, pellet will be put down to the bottom, and they will never separate it out. We will do this procedure one big Although it is very easy, but it is for very short time we have to remove the pellet. But if there is some time occur, the pellet will be sink in the bottom, and isopycnic particles of the particular density will sink during centrifugation until position is reached where the density of the surrounding solution is exactly the same as the density of the particle. Once quasi-equilibrium is reached, the length of the centrifugation does not have any influence on the migrating of the particle. These are used to separate nucleic acid, RNA, DNA in cesium chloride gradient. We will make cesium chloride gradient, and they are separated according to their density. And the analytical centrifuge, their speed is 70,000 rounds per minute. Motor, rotor chamber that is refrigerated and evacuated, and optical system is present. So optical system has light absorption, Schlerin system, and Rayleigh informametric system, and we are going to see the characterization of the sedimenting particle. Thank you very much.